Okay, get yourself ready for your restorative practice. Have a blanket over your usual mat just for a bit of extra comfort, a bit of extra cushioning and some warmth. So the weather's been quite nice up here in Manchester today. It feels like spring might be on its way, but you know, it keeps on going back and forwards, doesn't it? But those days it feels lighter, starts to feel a bit more like there's a little promise to the weather. So that changes the way that you feel, changes your mood, and gives you some good energy. So let's just play with that good energy, make it even better, even more vital. So we'll start off in our basic relaxation pose, the bolster underneath your knees, blocks underneath your feet, and a folded blanket for underneath your head. Cover yourself over just for warmth, because even though the weather's getting a little bit warmer, this is a practice of relative stillness, so it can get chilly. So give yourself the opportunity to release into the floor. Just listen to the breath. Listen to the breath as it comes through the nose and out of the nose. So I've just swapped my microphone. You should be able to hear me more clearly. Enjoy the first couple of moments of complete relaxation. Just let the body rest into the floor. Feel that the body is supported by the floor, and just listen to the sound of your breath. Relax into the bolster and the blocks and the blanket, and allow yourself to consciously release into the floor. Feel that the body can flop into the ground. Allow the physical body to become heavy. Listen to the breath. Listen to the sound of your breath as it enters and as it exits. Give yourself permission to relax. Give yourself permission to relax. And give yourself permission to sink into the ground. Just adjust your position if you feel that you're not 100% comfortable, and allow the muscles of the arms and the legs to release. Unhook your arms, unhook your legs. Consciously observe where there is tension. Observe tension in the jaw and in the tongue and in the throat. Consciously relax your teeth. Relax your gums. Take a deep inhalation and then let all the tension of the body release with the out breath. Take another deep breath and allow the body to release with the out breath. Release into the ground, release into the floor. Relax the soles of your feet. Draw your attention into the soles of the feet. And then relax the soles of the feet. Feel that the skin and the muscle and the bone of the sole of the foot relaxes and releases. So that the sole of the foot becomes light. Draw your attention to the tops of your feet. And allow the tops of your feet to release. Relax the skin and the muscle and the bone of the top of the foot. Use your out breath to intensify the release. Draw your attention into your shins. And allow the fronts of your shins to sink into the backs of your calves. Draw your attention into your kneecaps and your thighs. Just allowing the fronts of your thighs to sink into the backs of your thighs. Allow the fronts of the thighs and the fronts of the knees to sink into the back. Sink into the back of the knees, the backs of the thighs, using your out breath to intensify the release. Let the legs become heavy on the floor. Draw your attention into your pelvis and your abdomen, using your out breath to soften the flesh and the muscle and the bones. And with each exhalation, release in the pelvis and the abdomen, softening the muscles and the skin. Draw your attention into the chest cavity. Observe how it expands with the in-breath and relaxes with the out-breath. Allow the muscles and the bones to soften. Consciously allow the rib cage to release with the out breath. Let the shoulders relax. Let the neck relax. Let the head feel supported by the blanket. Soften the shoulders. Soften the shoulders and back of the neck, allowing the shoulders and the neck and the head to relax, allowing the arms to soften into the floor, softening the muscles of the arms, softening the muscles of the neck. Relax the arms into the floor, relax the upper arms and the forearms and the backs of the hands into the floor, just letting the palm skin soften. Let the head rest into the ground, let the forehead soften. Just relaxing the muscles of the face and the neck and the shoulders and the arms and the chest and the abdomen and the pelvis and the legs and the feet. Just enjoy this feeling of total release. Just relax into the floor. Just enjoy this feeling of minimal demand. Just keep filling the lungs from the bottom to the top and emptying your lungs from the top to the bottom. Just savouring every moment of relaxation. Okay, when you're ready, just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, just bring yourself back into this pose of Shavasana. And then bend your knees. Bring your feet onto the bolster, have the feet apart and the knees together. Just resting your back into the floor. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then gently roll over onto your right side. Straighten out the top leg and then come back up into cross legs. So we're just going to come into our side lying stretch, just to stretch out the shoulders, just to keep the energy open. So I have a bolster. One of these oblong bolsters is better for this than a round tubular one, although that will still work. But this is just the kind of right kind of lift under here. You can always fold up your blanket a little more and just put that underneath the armpit as you lay down on the floor. Have a block for your head, and then just have your legs bent like this, so one kind of sitting in the other. Cover yourself over, and then lengthen along the bolster. Bring your shoulder down onto the floor. Rest your hand just in a little right angle, the arm that's on the floor. Rest your head on the block. And then you can either stay with your arm at the hip, or stretch the arm over your ear. So if that's uncomfortable for your shoulder, then put a block or something underneath your hand. Otherwise, just allow the body to release into the pose. So this is a deeply energizing pose. It's really good for stiff shoulders. It's really relaxing. So as ever, just make sure that you're comfortable and adjust if you're not. And then allow yourself to release into the floor. So as you know, as we progress into the sequence, I'll speak less and less so that you can just use the time to relax rather than having to listen. Just breathe even deep inhalations, trying to fill both lungs evenly. Okay, release the top arm, just bring that arm back onto the hip. Push the bottom elbow into the floor and then just push yourself up into seated position. Just sitting cross legs for a moment, just observe your energy. And then come over to the other side. So it's exactly the same pose, just sitting on the other hip, stretching the other side across the bolster. Bring the shoulder down onto the floor, have the hip lock for your head, and then stretch your arm over your ear. Okay, bring the top arm back to rest on your hip. Push your hand, your bottom elbow into the floor, and then just bring yourself up into cross legs. Just hold onto your knees for a moment. Just observe the energy that you release, that good, clean, positive energy. It sits in the chest and around the shoulders and in the head. Okay, we're going to do a supported butterfly pose. So have a little ramp, create a little ramp for your bolster like that. And then we're going to have a blanket for your head. And then we're just going to sit towards the end of the bolster with the feet together, the knees apart, the feet as close to the seat bones as you can get them. And then guide yourself down. Let your hands rest on the floor. Palms facing upwards preferably. Close your eyes and allow the front chest to feel like it opens up. So just a different opening of the shoulders. Just adjust until it feels comfortable. If it's uncomfortable to keep your knees apart, then you can put some blocks underneath your thighs, or you can just straighten out your legs. Just stay on the lift, and then just stretch your legs out so that your legs just straighten along the floor. And then just stay in this heart pose. Just keep yourself covered. Need be. Let your legs relax. Let the chest open. Just comfort. And then push your hands into the floor. Just push yourself up into cross legs. Just observe your energy. Hold onto your knees, lift up into your chest, elevate the heart area upwards, and then just turn to the right side, digging the back hand into the floor. Just giving yourself a little spinal twist. And then come back to the centre and turn to the left. And then gently come back to the centre. Just move the equipment out of the way. Have the blanket for underneath your head. Just have a bolster for underneath your knees. Just for the last couple of minutes, just going back to our basic relaxation pose. Just releasing down into the floor. Just let the arms rest into the floor. Let the body relax into the ground. Let the physical body become heavy. Now with that heaviness, observe that there's a lightness of energy that radiates from the bones and into the muscles. and into the organs. To the organs and the flesh and the skin. And then when you're ready, wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers. Bend your knees and bring your feet onto the bolster. Have your feet apart and your knees together, just resting your back into the floor. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then roll over onto your right side, stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out your top leg, come back up into a seated position. Just a final cross legs with your hands in the Namaste, just a final spinal lift. Drawing the breath in through the nose, down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice. That good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the relaxation poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you've created in the heart area, and then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you really lifted your energy and giving yourself some good positive energy to put into